Doodaloop. Hey! Welcome back, everybody. Today we're talking about custom server secret settings and tweaks to things like how to instant recycle, server color names, fast furnaces, how to hide admin commands and also yourself out of the player list, vending machine and scrap plus, and how to add custom blueprints to all players on your custom servers for Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, next generations, and everything in between. Okay, so since we have so much information to cover here, we're going to have this broken up into chapters so you can find what you're looking for next to the playhead for easy access. If you can't find it, if you're on like a TV or something, we do have the time codes in the description below this video to check it out. And also, you are going to need admin in most cases, and in some you'll need ownership, admin authorization privileges for your server or whatever server you're adminning or helping out with. And I strongly recommend having a keyboard legitimately plugged in, being the key and operative word, plugged in to help with some of these commands because they're pretty wordy. So what I mean by is you just plug in like a USB and it's for typing in commands only, not for controlling your characters, just to specify and be absolutely clear about it. Okay, so real fast, check it out. We're going to have a little command here. So if you just hit the, if you're already an admin rather, if you hit Y and A or triangle and X on the PlayStation, you can go here to the admin panel. Open command panel list will be in here a lot. If you see at the bottom, center-ish, it's enter custom command. That's where we're going to be most of the time. And here's a little pointer for you. Custom server info. Now this is a test server. This isn't my actual server that we do run. We do run 2 servers here, but this is just kind of a nice breakdown if you want to find out, and we'll be showing you some of those fancy titles there. But if you do want to know what the server is that we do play on, stream from, make events, do all kinds of stuff, it's there at the top center. If you just type in and search for the word Jade and sort by fullest servers first, you'll see us there at the top. We are always the top 2 because we're the most populated. So come by and say, what's up, dude? Be a part of the setup. Okay. So the breakdown here, we're going to go right to better vending machines. So have you ever been in the game and been like, hey, I wish we could do faster fertilizer restockings or add our own custom items inside of the vending machines? Well, I'm here to tell you that you absolutely positively can do that. Now, for this command, you do, or for this setup, you do need to be a server owner. Again, I do have a video already setting this up here. It's called Custom Server Setup Guide. I'll go ahead and link it now in the upper right-hand corner if you want to go check that out. And here's just a quick breakdown here showing you what the owner ID looks like if you're on mobile or if you're going to use this on your console or whatever. And don't fret, we'll also have the same video link there at the end screen of this video. Alright, so once you're an owner, you're going to go to Clip, and then you're going to go back here, and you know you're an owner because you'll see things like Administrate. So back here you can hit X, and then you can really start to see behind the curtain. You can see the full stock of items here, and then also how they restock down at the bottom. And you'll probably notice that, hey, there shouldn't be a rock in there. You're absolutely correct. I threw it in there. And it does show up on the main server list, just like a regular vending machine. Is it over here, maybe? Double barrel, flame. It's in here somewhere. Pickaxe, you get the idea. Oh, there it is. There you go. Rock, 1 stone hatchet. Just making a random thing. Okay, so what's cool is, yes, you can put in your own stuff. This is just like a normal vending machine, but here's the kicker. And when you're over here on the rock, I'm going to edit the order, and then I'm going to drag my cursor back over 1 more time, and then push in my right thumbstick, and then you see the magic setting here. This is replenishment times. Yes, huge. So if you're over at, let's say, the bandit camp, and you want to make sure that you can swap out more cloth faster, or things like fertilizer, whatever, let's go ahead and jump over to, where is my, there it is, my bandit camp. We're going to go over here and do exactly that. But you might be like, Jade, that's crazy. These guys are like vendors, not vending machines. Well, technically, they're vending machines. So I think this is the guy right here for the cloth, if I'm not mistaken. Again, you do have to be an owner to pull this off. And if you go back here, you can actually see options. You can see what the shop looks like. You can also hold X and then go to Administrate here. And then it's the same idea. So let's say we had cloth, and let's say we wanted this to replenish faster. So I'm going to hit A to edit, and then go drag over to this 10x scrap, and I'm going to push in my right thumbstick, and there it is. You would make this a lower value so it would restock faster. Very, very useful. And, you know, depending on what kind of experience you want to make on your server, this should help tremendously to add that custom piece, but maybe you just want a higher turnaround time. So totally understandable. All right, so let's move on to admin commands and also how to hide yourself. All right, so if you're ever adminning and trying to find cheaters, you'll find that it's very annoying that you show up on the admin list to other players, so they know when you're on or not online, right? Well, you can fix that like this. Now, I know I can't technically show you straight up because when you're an admin, you don't show up on your own admin list, but I would technically show up on the admin list. Well, there's a secret command to just make you look like a normal player. So back to the admin panel, we'll go to the list panel, enter a custom command. It's called global.nogreen. And then if we just type in the command regular, it's going to show you what the value is currently. So this is going to show you when somebody is online. That's an admin. Actually, it's technically modifier, or not modifier. It's going to be a mod or higher. Hopefully I don't have this turned around. It's not like a double negative. So like in our case, we're going to turn it off. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It is on now. So if we wanted, the default value is that it's off, right? So global, I know it's a little confusing, no green. So if you want to turn it off to false, you could put 0. You could type false. False and 0, the same thing. In this case, it's going to be 0, excuse me. Had a little cough there. So that's the default value, so people can see you. And if you want to switch it back, again, it's global. Hopefully this makes sense and I'm not going too fast, but we just have so much stuff to cover. So in this case, we turned off the no green. So people can't see you. Also, I've had people ask me, hey, when I'm an admin, it'd be cool if I could not broadcast what I'm doing. Again, it makes it very hard to catch cheaters when you're spawning something in to go catch them, because they're like, oh, hey, Steve's online. So in that regard, yes, you can turn it off in the G portal menu, but here you can do it inside of the console command as well. And I do believe you need to be an owner to pull this off. So global, and this is going to be broadcast admin commands. And then the default is on. Whoops, so that would be true or 1. So that's going to be the standard when you sign in. So it's going to tell everybody what you're doing. So if you would like to turn off, you do the same thing and then say 0 space 0, just like this. And then that way, nobody knows when you're online, both through the player list, but also through your actions. So it's a nice way to stay incognitus. All right, so let's break down server colors next. I know a lot of people have asked this question, so we're going to do it inside of the server message first. The standard server message is under the admin window, and then you could broadcast. Whoops, it's under options and then broadcast message, but there's actually a command to pull this off. It's just going to make it easier for us. You'll find that we're in the console quite a bit. Custom command. So here it's going to be say, and then hello, my name is Jade Monkey. And then always put it in quotes, so like say, and then whatever your message is inside the quotes. So in this case, you can see it right there, the server message. Let me put it on some darker background so you can see it. So the same thing that you do on server titles or names also work in this say or broadcast message. So we'll bring up the same message. So let's say we wanted to make the Jade part green. So you're going to have to wrap this text in a beginning tag and an ending tag. So if you've done any kind of HTML or just lightly know how to read it, it's going to look very familiar as far as the structure. I don't think this is a valid HTML tag, but still. So this denotes the beginning of you defining a color, and then we're going to wrap the text that we'd like to begin and end. So in this case, the end tag, so we're saying we'd like you to stop making this the color green, or a color. This is what it looks like. That's the end tag, and this is the beginning tag. So you would wrap the text that you would like to change in that. So in this case, this actually is no color because we didn't define anything. So in this beginning tag, we're going to say equals green, just like this. And now on the server message, it should show up as green. Hello, my name is Jade Monkey Green. There are other colors as well. I'll kind of run through these real fast. We have other colors like purple. Let's see if I get this color equals purple. I'm good at spelling and typing. I'm not. I'm the worst. So now the same text should be both have green and purple. So if you mess up the way you wrap these colors, it's going to show up with some weird text. So just keep that in mind. It's good to practice it here first, and then once you have a good setting, then you can drag it over or use the same text on your server title. So the other colors that you can use are red, green, blue, yellow, orange, gray, G-R-E-Y, black, purple, and light blue with no space. So that's how you do those fancy colors on your server name or even inside of the broadcast text. Very nice. All right, so the next thing on our list is Insta Recycle. So I do already have a video on how to spawn these in detail, many different ways. I'll go ahead and link that video now in the upper right-hand corner. How to add recyclers to your server. Very, very handy. But in this case, obviously I've spawned this in here. We're going to need to obviously use the print position command to bring this in, and then we spawned it like so. Just to recap, and then it's recycler. And then it's X, Y, Z, X, Y, and Z. No spaces. That's how it works. So I take that print pause command there, the 663.1, yada yada, with no spaces, but definitely commas. That's where you put it. That's how we got the recycler here. Okay, so many people have asked me how you get this thing to go faster. Same idea. We go back to and enter a custom command, and it is recycler start time. So if we just put this command in now, it's going to tell you what it's currently set at, which the default time is 5. Recycler start time 5. But a lot of people have set this up and they say that's cool, but like the in-between recycle times are still really long. They're 5 seconds. Let's say you wanted this to be instant or even just 1 second. Well, there's a second command. Oops, here I am typing. So it's recycler next recycle time. And that's also the default value is 5. So if you wanted something like an instant recycle, you would set this to like 0.01. I think you can even set it to 0. Some of these commands take 0, some of them don't. That would be instant. And then we could do the recycle start time, recycler start time, and then we would put something like 0. And then that way it's an instant recycle. And we'll show you right here. Just rip it. Oh my goodness, so fast, right? Boom. Instant recycle. Boom. Okay, so we're on to the next piece called Fast Furnace. Now, this has a bunch of different modifiers and stuff, so I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. So what we're talking about here is the standard time to do one cycle here is 10 seconds is the default time, so we'd like to accelerate this to 5 seconds. So faster furnaces. So we're going to go back to our command panel and enter a custom command. So we're going to bring this up for what the value is right now. I'll tell you what the default value is and also what the command is. So craft.item speed. I'm sorry, item cook speed multiplier. I'll copy and paste that so we're not typing as much. I actually already set this because this is take number 52. This actually is set to 1. So if we wanted this to go to 5 seconds, we would do craft.item cook speed multiplier 2. So instead of it taking 10 seconds, it's going to take 5-ish seconds. So you can see this tick off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See how much faster that is? So you're actually burning wood faster, but the whole process is just moving faster in general. Okay, so on to the next piece here, because we did just do the fast furnace. If you wanted to make this like instant, you would set this command to, I don't know if you could set it to 1 or 0. Oh, I guess you can. There's another command that's like, it doesn't take 0, so you put like 0.01 or 0.1, whatever. You get what I'm saying. So that would be your instant, yeah, see what I mean? It doesn't take it. It's going to have to be 1 or 0.1. Yeah, see, it's actually not taking. I was right. It's weird that it takes the command. So you would put like 0.1, and then that way it's actually super slow. Bam. Or super fast, rather. Jeez, what am I saying? All right, on to the next piece here. We have super scrap or scrap modifiers. So the next segment here has modifiers, and we'll try to show you the commands the best we possibly can. It does get a little confusing, but these all kind of go hand in hand with other things, and we'll show you some extra pieces here. So you might have gone into the G portal, set modifiers to, I think it's scrap 2. So we have 2 settings. We have the gather rates, which are all of them and then also the loot, which is all of it. So this modifier actually just doubles the scrap. And let me see, make sure I have this correct. So it's kind of nice. So you can really get in there and like make some really granular adjustments. I'm sorry, it's scrap, loot, 2. The default is 1. Modifiers, set modifier, 5. Ooh, I'm glad I copied and pasted that. It's actually modifier. Yeah, see, this is also very wordy. This one's plural, then this one's singular. So this is the correct command. This is the default command. Actually, I think we just do this to show what it is. Okay, yeah, scrap loot is 1. So we're going to set it to 2. And another useful command while we're making these tweaks is modifiers dot list all. I can't imagine typing this out on a controller. So this actually shows you the active modifiers on the server right now, so you can make some very specific tweaks. So what that means is, if we're at a junk pile or a crate or whatever it is, it's going to be doubled just the scrap and not the loot, which is kind of cool, right? You could do the same thing with loot if you'd like to, but so like in this case, this is going to be like what, 20? Yeah, boom, loaded. So here's something else that's very interesting. You can do the modifiers to other things like furnaces, or even individual objects. And I know this is going to get a little wacky, but stick with me. It's going to be worth it. So we have modifiers. I've typed this so many times and I'm still so bad at it. It just feels weird. Set modifier to, now here's something crazy. So this command is going to make just your rock harvest twice as much. So here would be rock gather 2. So you know how slow it is when you first get started? So this is a way to kind of boost people that are starting on the server. So it's just the rock, that's it. And it boosts it to 2. And again, if we check all of our modifiers, we should have both the loot and the rock. I almost hit error on that one. Almost. This one's plural. See what I mean? It's so confusing. So you can see there we have double the scrap and the rocks only gather double the rate. So here's something else very, very crazy. So in this case, we have a way we can tweak the metal. So let's say we just had, I'm trying to find my notes on this. If we just had things like metal ore, we can do things, I think is it cook rate? We have gather, okay, yeah. So for us, just raw metal would be metal.ore, right? That's the raw part, not the, and if you ever need to know the name, you always go to the spawn list. It actually gives you the short name. And so what it's going to do now is we can say, hey, I'd like this to either yield more or cook faster. So let's say you just want the metal to cook faster. You can set the cook speed. The default's going to be 1. If you want to set it to 2, you can. So the metal cooks faster, but nothing else does. Crazy, right? So if we go over here, I think we already set this to instant, so that's probably not a good example, but you get the idea. You can also double up the yields. So again, to look at what you have modified on the server, I'm going to put list all modifiers, and then it tells you, and if you'd like to clear them, things get a little nutty, it's modifiers. I think it's clear modifier. It's either S, I think it's S, I think it's plural, clear modifiers. And then boom, it says you cleared all of the modifiers, which is great. Sweet, right? All right, so on to the next big piece here. Let's say you're on a server and you're like, yeah, I want to give people a better boost, a better start. So we have boosted rates on the rocks only, a little bit on the scrappy poo. But the next one is, it would be really cool if you could add a custom BP like the Timmy, the Thompson, to all the players. Oh, give it to them, but you just give them as a default BP like it's a Yoka or a Bow, so on and so forth. So in order to do that, you're going to open up the admin panel yet again. And what we're going to do now is we're going to craft. So actually, let me do this. So the command SMG for the Thompson is this. Thompson SMG Thompson. So we're going to use this to add it as a default blueprint. All right, so it's going to be craft add default blueprint. I think I did that right. So see right there, craft.add default blueprint space smg.thompson or Thompson. And I added it to the default BPs, which means anybody who spawns in the server, if we go over to my crafting now, you can see that I have this as a default blueprint. Crazy. So you're like, that's cool, but let's say I didn't mean to add something like that. Let's say I messed up and I want to remove it. I got you. Well, actually, let me show you this command because it's also very useful. List, I think it's list all, default blueprint. Is it S? I think it's singular. We'll find out. Nope. List. I think it's just list. Default blueprint. Boom. Okay. Default blueprint. If that's not confusing, I don't know what is. This is the command. We got it. So that's going to tell you what default blueprints are currently active. Now let's clear it. It's going to be, I think it's just clear default items. Default. Nope, I'm sorry. It's remove. You'd think there'd be a naming convention that's very, what's the word? Consistent? Remove. I don't think I have that right. Is it clear all modifiers? Remove blueprint. Remove default item. That's it. Here I am trying to show it and I'm messing it up. Don't mess it up. I think it's remove default blueprints. Oh, it's not list. Oh, that's insert. Whoa. And then we would put smg.thompson. There we go. And now we can list it. Hello. I knew I was there. Yeah, see, even I get confused. I've been typing this out like a million times. List. Default. Blueprint. We'll get there. And then right there, you can see that the default blueprint is back to 0. So there you go. Those are the secret commands we have for setting up your custom server to hopefully set up the experience you're looking for and hopefully the server population you're trying to service as well. And hopefully you get that server population you guys are looking for. Again, if you're looking for the basics and how to set this all up, I do have that custom server setup guide. It should already be up on the end screen. And hopefully we'll see you on the next live stream inside of our custom server itself. And we'll catch you in the next one. Love you. Bye.